Hey guys, this is Rich from It's All About the Noise, and welcome to the 2026 edition of Beyond the Noise. For those that tuned in last year, this was my opportunity to interview professional basketball players and professional footballers, plus people that have made a career by following their dreams and passions in sport. Today, I am joined by a women's Super League footballer. She made her debut at just 17 years old for Leicester City against Manchester United and is capped at England youth level. Check out this next video to see her in action.
Success for Jess Reavill, who heads it into the back of the net.
And that's a good opportunity again. A great block. And that block had to be made. He's Reavill. That's a lovely ball through to Ralph, and she can chip the goalkeeper, Ralph. And it's in. The goal they've been looking for so long. This lovely through ball from Reavill finds Ralph.
So, of course, it's Jess Reavill from Sheffield United. Jess, thank you for joining us today. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling great. Thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. It's great to have you here. You're my first guest from the WSL, so I'm looking forward to hear about your story and journey through life in football, and that's exactly where we're going to start. So I want you to take us back to early Jess years and when you discovered football and you found that passion. How old were you and what was your team?
I'd probably say like from 3 or 4, literally started kicking a ball around. I actually got into it because when I used to go to my gran and granddad's after like school or something, we'd just be in the garden kicking a ball about. And well, they claim that they got me into it.
Taking the credits there.
Well, yeah, they obviously just see me kicking it and thought there might be something there. So they told my mum and dad to get me signed up for a team. And they did. They signed me up for Mansfield Athletic boys.
And what age was that then? You said you were kicking a ball at 3 or 4. What age did you play for your first team?
I want to say like maybe like under 6, under 7s, but you know them little like summer camps.
Yeah, you started going to those. Yeah,
I've always done them, but my actual first team was with their Mansfield Athletic, and it was just so much fun because like all my boy like friends at school, like they all played for the team, so it was just like just fun.
And you said it's a boys' team. Were there any other girls playing, or was it just yourself?
No, for at least 3 years, I was the only girl in the team in the league. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Did it feel normal then?
Yeah, like at that age as well. I don't think you even bat an eyelid to being a girl. You know.
Of course, yeah. So there was never a point where you thought, "Oh, I wish I was playing for a girls' team." You were quite happy with the mix kind of thing.
No, and to be fair, when I did go to my first girls' team, I was a bit unsure because I just loved playing with the boys.
Of course, yeah. What was the difference then? Because how old were you when you went to your first girls' team then?
So my first girls' team was actually Leicester.
Okay.
So basically, I know I said I was the only girl in the league, but by the time I was about 11, 12, there was another girl from Nottingham.
Okay.
And I hated that.
You wanted to be the only one.
Yeah. So we were playing against each other this certain day. It was like Mansfield versus Hucknall, I think. And Leicester scouts had actually come to the game to watch the other girl, and then just so happened to be that I was also playing in that game. So they like scouted us both. But yeah, we used to like go at each other because we both wanted to be like the only girl.
Yeah, I get that. So was it about under 12s then you went to Leicester, would you say?
Yeah, so when you join an academy, you can't play for another team. So I did like a 6-week trial down at Leicester. We both did it together. We went down together. Turns out we were best friends in the end.
Of course.
Yeah, and then basically I had to choose to go with that or not. And I think I just went with Leicester because I just thought it was the best path in terms.
So at 12 years old, or under 12s, had you decided then, I want to be a footballer?
Yeah, literally from probably the age of 5. I either wanted to be a footballer or an Olympian.
Fair enough. So sport was always a big thing when you were younger?
Yeah.
Nice. So back then, when you signed for Leicester, what was the pathway like then for in the women's game?
Yeah, well, they had age groups that went up in twos. So it was like 12s, 14s, 16s. And then the bit they lacked at the time was it was from 16 straight to first team,
Okay.
which is obviously a huge jump. They didn't have that academy program, not like they do now.
Yeah.
A lot of teams have to have that now, but obviously at the time there wasn't like a clear path into the first
Would
team.
you say that's one of the biggest changes? Now we sit here in 2026. Do you see a more clear pathway for girls wanting to come through?
Yeah, 100%. Now teams, if you want to be a full-time team, you've got to have an academy set up, which I think is very important, because then like there's not that big massive jump and girls can actually like progress.
So what have they added
team.
in? You say you played under 16 and then it was a jump to the first team. What's there now to help?
They've got the academy set up, so that's like the under 21s, or I think some teams have like an under 18s if you can't quite get into the 21s yet. And it's good. So they push you to try and like be with the first team, and like they normally do like an education program with it. Like I did at Leicester, I did full time with the academy and the first team, and then was doing a sports science at college. But they're really good with the education. They will like fit in your lessons around your full time program with football. So you just never had that like literally 5 years ago.
Yeah. So when you were, how old was that when you were at Leicester then? Does that take you to about 15?
Yeah.
14, 15?
Yeah.
So when did then you moved over to Sheffield United?
Yeah,
at a young
because
age?
of there was nowhere to go. So
Right, okay.
So Chef came in with, well, there was me and a few girls, and we got given like a tour and everything. And then in the end, it was just me that decided to go with it and come to Chef. And it was really good, to be fair. Like my first sessions, I wasn't even with the 16s. I was straight in with the first team, which is just like you can't ask for that.
No, and we're talking what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
to be 15 and to just chuck me straight in there, they obviously had a lot of trust in me.
And what was the jump then? How did you find the difference in obviously coming from Leicester's under 16s to obviously Sheffield United first team at 15 years old? Because I know you made the bench a couple of times as well, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, their kind of program for me was to train with the first team, but play games with the 16s, which I was like, yeah, happy days. But like the jump was big because I'd never played with women before. But like at that age, you just like idolize all of them.
Of course.
Like in the team at the time, there was like Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, who's now a commentator.
Yeah.
Like, and when you're that age, it's like, oh my god, that's amazing.
And so the jump in itself, was it physical? Was it the speed? Was it technically or was it all three?
Yeah, all three. I definitely like physicality. Like they're just, if they wanted to get the ball, they would absolutely send you flying to get the ball. Yeah, yeah. But I rate it, and it just like motivates you to be like that.
So a great youth career so far. And I know you had some international experience as well. So what ages were you with the England youth setup?
Well, I think they start around under 14s. You have a few little like day camps, and when you're young, they're not like a national call up. It's like regional. So you get like the Midlands girls in a camp, and then the South girls in a camp, and then by like under 15s, they choose like the best from what they've seen to create like the actual team. So I always like did them kind of camps from 14s, 15s, 16s, and then to about under 18s, I've played against Ireland, and then that's been my England journey really so far.
Again, you play it down, but you've got international experience and you made your debut playing for England. Let's delve into that a little bit more. You played for England in the under 18s. So again, talk to us about the day, the build up and how it went.
So this was like at the end of like a fixture camp. They put us in, I think it was just a friendly, to be fair, against Ireland, and I didn't actually start. I came on at half time. It was just weird because I came on as a sub and then I was a captain.
Again, playing it down. You were the captain of England under 18s.
And we did end up winning the game. And it was only 45 minutes, but I actually loved every minute of it. Because camps can be like a very tough place to go, because you get worked so hard. You do fitness testing every day, like you do double sessions every day. So like mentally and physically, it's exhausting. But that I do remember that day because I proper enjoyed it.
You must have taken away a lot of experience from the camps as a whole, but also making your debut as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you get your little like cap as like a reminder. So yeah, again, another moment that I won't forget.
You had a couple of loan moves then. So talk to us about those in between years before you came back to Sheffield United.
In that year, I'd moved away from Leicester. They had then created the academy programme.
Okay.
So I did end up going back, and then I did Did I do 2 or 3 years? I think I did another 2 years at Leicester to do the college programme and everything around that, and came back and was with the first team there for a bit.
Did that include making your debut then?
Yeah.
17 years old.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that then. 17 years old, Leicester City against Manchester United. Take us back to the night before. Did you know you were starting?
Well, that week, bear in mind, at the time I was a midfielder, and then they started to move me back into the defence. So it was all like new to me. I didn't really know like my position at the time. And the fullbacks, we had like an injury crisis with the fullbacks, and then next thing you know, I'm playing fullback, a position I've never played before, against the top team in the WSL. So I was like very nervous.
Did you know the night before then?
They did the team the day before, and yeah, so I didn't really get much like positional prep, but like I'm given an opportunity like that, you've got to just go for it. Absolutely.
So night before, feeling a bit nervous. Get to is it at home or is it away?
Away. Is it called like Sports League Village where the women play? So it's like a decent enough stadium.
Yeah, of course. It's still Manchester United.
Exactly, and I think they had a big crowd there. So I was like trying to find my mum and dad just for that little like thumbs up, but I couldn't find them. So yeah.
So talk about the game. What do you remember about it? First touch of the ball, how the game went for you?
I just remember it was the hardest game of my life. Like just the speed of Man United, like no one can prepare you for that. And I remember, so obviously I was playing right back, and I remember there was the left winger against me was Leah Galton, who's one of the quickest players in the league. The striker at the time was Russo, and then they had Ella Toon as the 10.
Wow.
Obviously, they all see
big names now they're household names now, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. But they obviously all see a young fullback, so they've all kind of like ganged up on me 3v1. I just remember thinking, "Oh my days!" Like,
but you got through it.
Yeah.
What were the positives from making your debut?
Well, like that's with me now forever. No one can ever take that away from me. And I think, in terms of like other teams looking at me as well, like that's a massive thing to have. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? When you're looking back, I can tell by your face now that it's still like a dream.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Obviously, you made your debut, and then did you have a loan spell away?
Yes, I moved on loan to West Brom about in like the January window. So I had about 3 or 4 months there.
And what league were they at the time?
Tier 3.
So National League.
National League, yeah. And I think that was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Of course, game time.
Yeah, and it just gets my name out there to like other clubs, like Championship clubs, National League clubs, not just like WSL clubs where the chances are quite low. So yeah, that really put me on a pedestal. And then my contract with Leicester had expired, so we came to like a mutual agreement that like I didn't want to play academy football, and what they could offer me at the time was that. I didn't want to do it.
But you had the taste.
Yeah.
And you wanted to play.
Yeah, so I was really like hungry just to play, especially women's football. Like you can't beat that experience. You will never get that like in academy football as such. So that's where Marie saw me at Stoke, the manager at Stoke, and she pretty much sold it to me. So I went there for a season, and her goal as a manager was like not to trap me down there. Her goal was to get me as high as I can.
Nice.
And I just
That's
think,
great to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very
must have
rare
felt
thing.
really nice to hear for you as a player as well, that this manager backs you and wants to send you as far forwards as possible.
Absolutely. And that's very rare in football that happens. So, and that's exactly what she did. I think Chef actually came for me that season in the January window, but I just thought the time wasn't right. I wanted to finish my season at Stoke and like finish what I'd started basically.
Of course.
And then by summer, I'm here again.
So like you said, it brought you to where we are today at Sheffield United. This season, on a personal level, it's been a great season for you, hasn't it? I think, established yourself at centre-back, won the Sheffield Star Player of the Year for United. Great accolade to win. How did that feel?
Yeah, that was amazing, especially because it was like the local area and the fans in the area. It just means a lot more because they're the people that probably like watch the games.
Of course, yeah.
Week in, week out. So yeah, that meant a lot.
And why do you think you did win it?
I can't answer that.
What strengths do you have, though? Come on. You must have an idea why people would vote for you, what you bring to that team.
I would say I'm quite an aggressive player. I hate anyone winning a duel against me or anything. Like it really fires me up. They're not going to do that again.
They might do it once, but not again.
Yeah.
Love that. So let's talk about this season then, the 25-26 season for United. Would you call this maybe your breakout season in the WSL?
Yeah, because obviously it's my first season, so I feel like to be in my first season and win an award like that, I think it's a very good thing.
No, I agree. And your performances were high level all year through. Obviously, I watched all the home games, watched a lot of the away games on YouTube. And you could tell what you brought to the team, that strength as a defender. I think in one of the clips from the earlier video, last-ditch tackles, things like that. It's great to see. But like you said, the attacking side as well, you do like to add. You got your goal away at Crystal Palace. Talk to us about that.
That was I'm not really I don't really score that many goals, but I don't know, it just felt so special. And to win as well, it just it was probably my favourite game of the season because Palace, for me, were the toughest opponents we've come across. I think they were one of the best teams in the league, and then to score against them, I just thought I was really happy with that.
So that was probably your standout game this season for yourself.
It's just definitely one that I'm going to remember for a long time, yeah.
You mentioned your attacking skills as well. We're going to mention the Birmingham at home game, that little through ball. Was it to Joy Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah? Talk to us about that. Ball comes over the top, you bring it down, beat a player, take it from there.
I think it might have been late 80s.
It was, yeah.
To equalise the game. And I had a quick look up and I know what Joy does. She wants to wait on the back shoulder and then do a little late running behind. And to know that and then to see that much space, I just thought happy days. She made the job for me easy. Yeah, and I don't really assist, so that's another game that I probably will remember for a long time.
So yeah, lots of memorable league games. You mentioned Crystal Palace and Birmingham, but United had some good cup runs this season. The Subway Cup, we ended up playing Liverpool at Bramall Lane, who are a WSL team. How was that game?
Hard.
Yeah.
We kind of sat back in that game and tried to see out what we could. I think what was the final result? 4-1?
It finished 4-1, but we scored just before half-time. Was it Lauren Thomas?
Yeah, from
made
a
it
set
2-1.
piece. Yeah. So we went into half-time actually quite confident. We were 2-1 down, but we also had nothing to lose. So we went out in the second half and just went for it. But it's just you can't compete with a team like that sometimes. They had
a lot of international players as well, and former internationals.
Yeah.
So is that the difference? Was it technically, or again, power, strength? What were the main differences you felt on that night?
I do think technically, they looked a lot more comfortable than we did, just playing it round, the pressure. And even when we sat into a low block, like they were quite happy to have the ball and try and break us down. I do think we defended well. I know we conceded 4, but they barely got a decent delivery into the box.
But it's all experience, isn't it? You know, just 20 years old, playing against Liverpool at Bramall Lane under the lights, 2,500 people there. It's an experience in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We had another cup run, I think. I know we got to play Man City away, unfortunately suspended for that game, but still an experience. Must have been good, been around the place, going to places like that. I think they were top of the WSL1 at the time.
Oh yeah, they were the champions in the end. Yeah, I remember everyone obviously was like, oh no. But like again, like when you play the WSL champions, like no one can, like not many people can say that. So I think all the girls took it like well. And I remember like I couldn't play, Laugh couldn't play. I think Charlie was playing on an injury and had to come off at half time. So there's like regular starters that couldn't play.
Yeah, so you were depleted anyway going in.
Yeah, and I think the girls that did play were amazing and actually played well. I remember we conceded 3 in the first 15 minutes, but the rest of the game,
it's settled.
like 75 minutes of conceding 1, like probably quite a lucky goal. So yeah, they really dug deep and they did very well. So we did walk away from the cup like quite proud of ourselves.
Definitely, lots of positives this season, I think, for United and yourself personally. But looking at the youth coming through, we saw towards the end of the season a few of 16-year-olds coming through. Is it Molly Austin?
Yeah,
made a debut. What's it looking like, the future of Sheffield United at the minute?
Is that they train with us on a regular? I know Abby Jones trains with us a lot, and Lottie Day, and they're very like we as staff as well. They encourage like the younger ones to come up and train and help us out a bit, and they always come in and they do really well. Especially Abby Jones, you'd think she was a first-team player. She's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Bright future there, do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
What position does she play?
Striker.
Okay. Could be the next Amy Andrews.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
I mean, let's talk about Amy this season. I mean, what a season she's had personally. What's she like to play with?
In training, she's horrible. Like
we'll tag her in this, yeah?
No, you can't. When Amy comes against me, I have to take about 5 yards back just to have a head start. She's so quick.
It's quick, yeah.
It's actually scary quick. Like I think any of the men at Chef, she could fought for a race, honestly. I think in football as well is such a great aspect to have.
She's definitely added something to the team. From obviously we didn't have her last season and we did struggle in front of goal this season. She's shined bright, hasn't she?
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I think all the awards she's won has shown for that. And it's just handy, like if you're in trouble and you need, as a centre back, if I need to just get rid of it, I can do that, and then also
it turns into a good pass.
She's going to get onto it. She makes me look good off the time. So.
And some of the finishes as well. She can go around the keeper. She can bend it round. She's happy one-on-one, striking the ball. It's she has definitely been a fantastic addition and probably someone great to play with.
Yeah.
Any other standout players that stand out for you that you enjoy playing with at United?
I think as like the defensive unit, I think having Laugh and Leanne next to me consistently, like solid. They're like my girls off the pitch as well. But I think when you've got like a good little unit going and you can play with each other a lot, like you just create that bond where like no one's going to get past Laugh, but if you do, like you've got me and you're not going to get past me, and if you do, then you've got Leanne and you're not going to get past Leanne. Like it was that kind of like relationship.
You're there for each other, supporting each other on and off the pitch, it sounds like, as well.
Yeah.
Love that. So towards the end of the season, results didn't really go our way, but take that into next season. There's been a lot of positives this season. We mentioned the cup runs, Amy's goals. Defensively, we've looked a lot more solid. What are we looking at for next season?
Well, definitely not to be in a relegation battle. I think as a team we are better than that. We just got unlucky with a few results, but like we can't rely on luck this season. I think if we bring in a few like decent players, I think like a top table finish is like a minimum requirement for us.
And that's your aim?
Yeah.
As a club, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. What about personally then for yourself? Obviously we mentioned just 20 years old, you've won an award already, breakout season, playing a lot of games, scored goals, assists. How can you improve next season?
Well, I came into the club with a goal of just playing. Like my first year in WSL2, like I just wanted to find myself a little bit and play regular football. And I think I did do that. And again this season, like you can't take playing for granted. Like they could bring in 2 amazing defenders for all I know. So again, a number one goal will just be trying to play consistently, which means like staying fit. Because I've just torn my foot, so I need to come back from that. But like the plan for that, I should be back by pre-season. So
excellent.
Yeah, the goal is just to play consistent football and like obviously play as well as I can.
Of course, fantastic. So then I just want to finish off, words of advice for young girls who may be watching this and want some advice on what they can do to give them a chance of playing in the WSL.
It's like I feel like that's always a hard question because it's not just like something you can say. But I would just say like if you want to be a footballer, then like go for it. Like don't let anything hold you back. Yeah.
I mean, you had from playing from 3-4 years old, you had that ambition from an early age, didn't you? And from your admission, the pathways weren't always there for you, were they? But now there's lots of pathways. Would you give any advice to people that, just want to open that door, break down, take those first steps?
Yeah, definitely. I think now, like I would say probably 2 years ago, like getting girls into boys football is the way to go. But now with there being such clear pathways, I do think like it's a great route to go down and it's like clear into the first team. So if like that's what you want to do, then I'd just absolutely just go for it. And like, yeah, don't let anyone tell you you can't because you absolutely can.
Quick fire questions to finish off. So, favourite pre-match ritual?
I have to eat the same thing, so I always have a bagel with beans, and then sometimes I'll have scrambled eggs, sometimes I won't.
Love that. Music. What music gets you ready for a game?
My go-to is, well, me and my dad actually on the way to football, we used to play Backbone by Stormzy,
Okay.
which is a very rogue one, but like it's not my kind of song, but because it's got that like that connection with like before football, I listened to that. And then I think that game, the first time we listened to it, that game, I actually had a good game. So now I feel like it's my superstition.
Yeah. I love that. Hardest opponent you've faced and why?
Well, probably Russo in that Man United game. I think she got a hat-trick and she was just unstoppable. And look at her now, absolutely flying.
Of course. But you played in that game and it was everyone's got to take that first step and you did it probably on one of the biggest stages against your toughest opponent. So it's easy from now on. And if you could train with one player, past or present, who would it be?
Ooh. A women's player?
It can be anyone. You're in charge of this question.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to the men's and I'm probably going to say De Bruyne.
Nice. Why?
He is just a baller. He's got everything about him. And his assists, like, I don't think anyone could even try and recreate them.
Brilliant. Jess, it's been great to talk to you. You've had a fantastic career so far, only 20 years old. There's so much more to go. But it's been great to hear where it all started with your grandparents in the back garden, just seeing that natural talent that you've obviously got. And then for me personally, seeing you on that pitch every week at United, I hope it continues for a long time. Wish you all the best. And thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks for having me.
No worries.